Hello, in this demonstration, I'm going to use contour and cross-contour lines to understand and build dimensional form of an apple on a flat surface. Okay, so step one, I want to notice what the outer shape of my apple is, depending on what view I'm drawing it from. So I'm going to be kind of looking down at it more. My perspective may vary somewhat from what you're seeing. And so I'm basically noticing it's a circle, but then it comes in a little bit at the base. I can trace this with my finger to get a good feel or sense of that. Um, so the first thing I'm going to do, I want to see the stem, is just very quickly, loosely put in what that outer shape is. So larger at the top, more pinched at the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to tip it so I can see that stem a little bit. I'm going to put that right there. So next thing I want to do is I want to put in these, they're called cross contour lines, bands across the surface from here. So it's going to go from this center point at the top to the base. I'm going to put in these vertical lines. There's already kind of an imaginary one going right there. Okay. I'm just going to do it. Okay. So these are these imaginary lines, and they line up with the outer shape of the object as well. And what we're learning to do here is sort of see the outer shape, but then see the lines, the imaginary lines across the surface of whatever form we're drawing. Makes it a little straighter towards center. Okay, so here, there are my vertical cross contour bands. Okay, now I want to do horizontal ones to build the structure of the apple form. And I really think the importance of doing this exercise is you're beginning to understand dimension of forms, but also it's a little bit of a I want to say a gimmick, but sort of in a way that is going to help you learn to see and build volume in your drawings. Okay, so now I've got the horizontal and vertical cross contour lines. I'm going to sharpen up the outer edge of this apple just a little bit. And then I'll come into some shading here. Okay, so now I'm going to start putting shading on here. I want to notice where my lightest values are. From my perspective, I'm seeing like a hot spot right over here. And in the front, I'm seeing a darker value. It may be different for you. And then we have some midtones. So I'm going to put in, this isn't really cross hatching, but I'm seeing sort of a flat plane of shadow there. So here I went flat. If I'm seeing some over here, I'm going to put that shading um, in a curved manner. So I guess, you know, following or in accordance with those cross contour lines. And some people say, well, why are you getting rid of the structure? We're just using the structure to see the form, almost like a welded armature, if you were in a sculptor, to which then you're putting this surface of value on to build form, or the illusion of form on a flat surface. Now, the lighting I have right now isn't the greatest. I could see now I can still remove some areas and refine. Anyway, as I was saying, the lighting isn't the best, so I'm just going to do the best I can, exaggerate some areas so you get the basic idea. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. So anyway, I'm using this big pencil for the broader areas. Then I can come in with a finer pencil and do further refinements. And I could go on, but those are the basics for contour and cross contour drawing to build dimensional form.